If one of your dreams this year is to move to Europe, but maybe you have a passport like mine that doesn't really allow you to make that decision right away and you need other options, then stay in this video because I'm gonna share with you 3 countries and 3 different opportunities for you to make that wish a reality. The first option that I'm gonna share with you is in Spain, and I'm gonna choose Spain because that's where I have friends that I have done this and they have worked for them, but I read online that 18 other countries in Europe allow the same thing. So just stay with me and let me tell you what it is. So if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend that is European and you're not, and you guys want to live together and move to Europe, don't click out of the video just yet because I'm not gonna tell you to be married to that person, because that will be like the easiest thing. And that's what I did. I got married to my husband. He's a Romanian citizen, therefore I have all his benefits to live here in Europe. But if you guys don't believe in marriage, for example, or if you guys, you're not ready to make that a step, why not to be able to still live together and try it out? Well, there is this law, I believe in English is called the law for domestic partnership or common law partnership. I read different ways to say it on Google, but I'm pretty sure you can find it either in the embassy of the country where you want to live or just Googling a little bit deeper. I know in Spanish is pareja de hecho. Pareja de hecho. How does the process go? Basically, you have to enter Spain as a tourist, obviously. It will depend if you need a visa or not to enter Spain. Like the process can start from your resident country, your actual one right now, going to the embassy, applying for the visa, blah, 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 if it's your situation, if you need it. Once you have the visa, you go to Spain, your partner goes there too, and you have 3 months, which is normally the time of the visa, the tourist visa that you get. You have those 3 months to formalize the process, to bring all the documents or the requirements and apply to get this permission. So how do you formalize this process? The first thing will be to go to a notary that will, make sure that all these documents are legal and saying that you are the partner of this person. And for that, there are some requirements that I'm going to share with you right now.
Neither of the 2 members of the relationship can be married. Both members must be 18 years old or more. They must be registered jointly in the same address. Identification document of both members must be provided, and if there is a minimum period of cohabitation, evidence must be provided too. Finally, the European citizen must demonstrate sufficient economic solvency. To do this, there are 2 different options. First, if you work and are registered with the Social Security, providing the employment contract will be sufficient. Second, if you don't work or are an independent worker, you must provide a bank certificate providing the possession of sufficient funds. We're talking about 9,000 euros.
So I know these requirements sound like a lot of stuff and a lot of work, but I'm pretty sure if you guys start to plan yourself ahead of time, if you don't wait until you're there and then you try to figure it out, it will be easier for you. And I'm telling you, I know people that have done this and they were able to live together in Europe without any problem or conflict. So I would suggest you to go to the embassy to ask exactly like what's the law called in that country, if it is accepted, like they can give you the requirement. Like when my friend told me about this information, I was just like, wow, like maybe if I didn't know about it, so many people don't know, and it's a huge possibility because you don't have to get married with your partner if you're not sure yet. You can just do this instead. Now we're going to talk about studying in Europe, because I know so many people wish they could study abroad and pay for their own university and college or whatever it is that they try to do. But most countries don't allow you to work more than 20 hours because you're a student, so you shouldn't be making money. But I always wonder, like, how am I supposed to sustain myself? Like, I have to come from a rich family to be able to do that, or I have to save a lot of money before being able to do that. It's insane. Let's be honest, it's not easy for everyone to be able to do something like this. Like your family is sending you abroad and they paying for all your cost of living there, your food, your studies, like everything. It's too much. But if this is your dream and you're wondering like, how the heck can I do this? I have a country for you, and this country is Poland. This country is allowing you to study but also work full time to be able to pay for your university and your lifestyle there, which is incredible because Poland, as Romania, is also one of the countries in Europe that has very low cost of living. Compared to other countries, like if you say Spain or maybe Italy, going to study there, it could be way too expensive. But it's incredible because also in Poland, you can study a master's degree in under 2 years, also a bachelor degrees in 3 years, which is great because most countries have their bachelor degrees in 4 or 5. So in 3 years, you save time and money. Poland is one of the countries that allow you after a couple years, I believe it's like 3 or 4, that you're living and working there, to actually get your permanent residency, which is something that many citizens that are not from Europe are looking for, to be able to have more opportunities outside of their own countries. So you may be wondering, okay, how do I get in contact with the universities and all those things? Like, I remember when I went to study to Ireland, my mom had a student agency that helped her figure it out, you know, like what are the documents that I need, how to do the visa, and all the process with that agency. You have to pay them and then they do everything for you basically. So I would personally recommend you to do that, because if you don't know Polish and you know you're trying to figure out how to study abroad and all these things, for sure it will be easier to have somebody there. I know with this one I don't have like exactly the requirements, because it will depend on each university, but there's so many that allow you to study in English, so you don't need to know Polish. And another great thing is that most universities in Poland don't need you to have the IELTS. I think that's called the test, that if your first language is not English, everybody requires that in other countries, but in Poland that's not the case, and that's incredible, because I failed the IELTS many times before going to college, and it was just like a nightmare. So if you don't have to go through that, I will be very happy for you. So if your dream is to study abroad, keep in mind Poland, because I do feel it's a huge opportunity. I remember living in Ireland and not being able to work full-time to support my mom with all the expenses and all these things, and it was pretty hard. So me knowing now this information, I feel like it's my how do you call when you feel like my duty, yeah, to share that with you, because it completely changed your life. It did change my life, even though I didn't have the opportunity to work full-time, and maybe I could have accomplished more things working full-time, but if you can do it, I'm pretty sure it will change your life too. Now, with this last opportunity that I'm gonna share with you, any foreigner can actually live 120 days in this country, with the opportunity of extending this visa of 120 for 60 days more while they're looking for a job. This country is Portugal, and it's allowing you to search for a job while you're living there. And this visa is approved since October of 2022, so it's not too late. You know, it's just getting started, the opportunity to go there and finding something that will fit you to work. I would say at the beginning, just like find anything. I know maybe you have a career, or maybe you're just like, you know, like I have a specific things that I want to accomplish in life. But if your first goal is to put your first step in Europe, then this is an incredible opportunity for you to come here, to be able to have some savings. Obviously, there are some requirements to get this visa. I will tell you that right now, but having some savings to survive those 120 days maximum, and just like trying to find a job, it could definitely change your life. Important to note is that this law applies to everyone, and there's no age limit. So if you're 50 or 18 or 60, like, you still can apply for this visa to find a job in Europe. So the main requirements that must be met to be able to apply for this visa are the following:
medical insurance with a minimum coverage of 30,000 euro, have savings worth 3 minimum wages in Portugal, which is about 2,222 euro in total, have a return flight before the end of your visa, have no criminal records, and last but not least, you must express interest in registering with the Institute of Employment and Vocational Training, which is a Portuguese public employment service, and you have to do this before submitting your visa application.
To apply for this Portuguese visa, you need to do it in your country of residence right now. So it's not that you're gonna go to Portugal and then apply for it. No. You, wherever you are right now, you go to the Portuguese embassy, and then there they will do the whole process with you, and if it's approved, then you go to Portugal. If after the 120 days plus the 60 days you still don't find a job, that I really highly doubt it, because if this country is giving that opportunity, it's because they need people to work there, and I'm pretty sure there are many opportunities for you. But if for any reason you don't get a job, then you have to go back to your country and wait, I believe is 1 year, to be able to apply again. So you have 3 options for this year for you to move to Europe, and I hope one of these options fits in your circumstances right now. Either you have a boyfriend or girlfriend that is European, or you want to live abroad studying abroad, or you're trying to find a job in another country, which could be the option in Portugal. So I hope this information was helpful to you, and if it's not to you, maybe you know a friend or a family member that is trying to move abroad, then share this video. I will highly appreciate it. And if you like this content, consider subscribing. I really appreciate that too. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.